What's up guys, Braden here with SuperATV, and today we're going to be showing you how to install our soft cab enclosure on this Can-Am Maverick X3 Max. So let's get right to it. So the first thing you're going to do if you have a roof installed, you're going to want to get it lifted up out of the way. We do have a SuperATV roof installed, so we do have foam on our cage here. So what I like to do is kind of go in and pull pieces of foam off. So if it ran the whole length, I would leave a spot here, put foam here. This spot here already has some hook and loop fastener from where we designed this soft cab enclosure. So this will be one of the first spots. And then you can look here, we went ahead and peeled some foam off back here as well. So that way we can have a few different spots that we have our foam, so our roof's not gonna rattle around, but also we have hook and loop fastener to where we can attach our soft cab. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and clean the surface. This is just some 90% rubbing alcohol. Just gonna go through and make sure there's no dirt or contamination on the plastic or any of the locations that we're gonna be putting the hook and loop. Once we do that, we'll go ahead and wipe it down. And you wanna do this 2 or 3 different times to ensure that everything is as clean as possible. Again, you'll just want to go through 2 or 3 different times here. Get the cage as clean as you can possibly get it. Get the doors as clean as you can possibly get it. And I like to clean a little bit extra. I like to clean a little bit farther down than I'm going to be putting my hook and loop fastener. So like I said, you want to do that about 2 or 3 more times. Make sure it's good and clean, then we'll move on to the next step. So next, what you're going to do is grab your enclosure and go ahead and lay it up on the machine. As you can see, it has straps. You're going to utilize these straps to attach it to the cage to kind of figure out where you need to put your hook and loop fastener. This is a good time if you have somebody to help you to grab them. I went ahead and just fastened it in the rear, so that way it kind of stayed up for us to demonstrate what to do here. But if you have someone to help you, I would absolutely ask them to help. So this is going to take some adjusting. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to move from side to side, up and down, to get this to line up correctly. We are going to feed this strap I'm going to feed this one straight down through, and I'm going to pull this one tight just like I did on the rear on that first strap I put on, just so it kind of holds everything in place, and then we can kind of start sliding the enclosure around, figuring out where the hook and loop goes, and then kind of peeling. So we're just going to continue working our way down through. And again, like I was saying, we're just working our way all the way around. So now we're going to grab our hook and loop fastener. We're going to kind of eyeball out how long of a piece we need to go from here to here, and take a pair of scissors. Cut off roughly what we need. Go ahead and we'll peel the backing off of it, at least the majority of it. And we're just going to kind of peel up the windshield a touch. Kind of run it up here to where it needs to be. And then we'll cut off whatever excess we don't need. And our strap here that we just used to kind of line the cab up, you want to just kind of peel that back out of the way once you go to stick this piece. We'll go up here, we'll trim off what we don't need of this. Just like that. We'll pick up on our windshield. And if you don't stick this correctly the first time with this hook and loop fastener, what you're gonna wanna do is just let it sit regardless before you make any adjustments. You don't wanna keep continuously pulling on this, especially when you first apply it, because there is the possibility that you'll pull it up. And once you pull it up, it's gonna lose some of that adhesive that it has. It's not gonna stick as well. So that's what we're looking for right here. That looks pretty good. Right here in the front. We'll move on down to this section here. And like I said, we wanted to leave some of this foam. So whenever we go to do our final install where we're about to reassemble everything, we're just gonna tuck this flap up onto the foam. So now we need just a little short piece to go from here to here. So we're just eyeballing out a small little section there for that. And again, we'll reach up in here and take our strap loose. Peel it back out of the way. Put the fastener down. And we're just gonna peel this soft cab right up on top here. Fasten it down. Reach back to the inside and reinstall the strap. This time we're gonna crank it down as tight as we can get it. Just like so. And then we're just gonna continue that process. Like I said, if you have the foam, you're gonna leave little spots throughout here to where it's still gonna stay on good, but you wanna leave that foam so the roof doesn't rattle. So we have a spot here, spot here. You can do it any way that you like, as long as you have enough hook and loop on here to make sure that the soft cab's gonna sit on the machine as it should. So we're gonna work our way all the way back to our next spot. So this is about the size of piece we need here. We're just gonna go ahead and cut that off. Pull it tight. This piece here is kind of optional. The reason being is this strap holds it so tight, it's not 100% necessary to put any hook and loop right here, but just for good measure, we're gonna go ahead and do it. The good thing is that we send plenty of hook and loop for you. If you want to install all of it, you absolutely can. If you want some of it, totally up to you. We're gonna hook our strap back up. So there is two different ways that you can fasten your soft cab enclosure to your machine. One way is going to be to use the snaps provided in the kit. The other way is going to be to apply hook and loop fastener on the bottom of the enclosure here to the door. So I'm going to show you the way that I like to install my snaps. So what I do is pull down on this cab as hard as I can, get it to where it looks good. Then we're going to come to one of our first snaps. So once you have it good and painted up, what you're going to do, grab a hold of the enclosure, stretch it down, stretch it apart, and then make a press onto the door. And it's gonna leave a mark. Once you leave that mark, all you have to do is screw your snap directly into the door, and then it'll just snap right on, and you'll just continue doing that process all the way down through there. The way that we're gonna be doing it today is we're gonna be using our hook and loop fastener. So what I like to do is just kind of take and get kind of the length I need. Looks like we need something about like that. Cut off a piece roughly that length. And we'll flip our enclosure inside the cab. We'll go ahead and peel the backing, start applying it to our door. And then as you can see, we got it to where our window is nice and tight. We don't have much movement there as far as it's not gonna flap in the wind. So we just continue going through, and anywhere that you see a snap, you would apply this hook and loop fastener, or like I said, you can apply the snaps, totally up to you. Now you're gonna go through, once you have your cab enclosure adjusted correctly, put your zipper loops on here. You want to put these on all of the zippers, just like so. Gives you something nice to pull on. So what you're going to do now is go through, make sure your cab enclosure is adjusted exactly how you want it. Then you're just going to repeat all the same exact steps for the opposite side. Once you've done that, that's all there is to it. Install SuperATV's soft cab enclosure on this Can-Am Maverick X3 Max. Be sure to check the description below to pick one up today. And while you're there, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.